guys, back on the Cape. Raining this morning. It's going to be getting over about 11 o'clock. And that's all right, because I got a couple of trips to make. I need to go over to Home Depot and pick up some paint for my numbers boards. And also got to go by West Marine and pick up some wire. That last job I did on the electric panel, I used every speck of the 15 feet that I had bought. So that, right now, I need to go pick up some more and try to get this one last circuit hitched up today. All right, let's go over and take a look at the boat, and then we're going to go in and get something to eat. Well, that looks great. Let's take a look at the port. Last time, this had caved in. We had water. Not this time. All right, excellent. No pocket of water up there this time. I did a better job of getting everything tied down, I guess. So. All right, let's go get something to eat. We'll be back out here probably 11-ish. But like I said, we got a couple of trips to make for work on the boat today anyway. So anyway, we'll catch you up a little bit later. I guess I'll lift this place a dump. Well, let's get in here and talk for a minute. Okay, let's take a look and see what we got for reading here. Okay, 11.9. Okay, shut that off. Let's take a look and see what we got. Still working. Lights are both on. Okay. Last one we're going to do today is... where is it? Right. Okay, we don't have any V-berth lights. That's going to take some looking into, so... let me get back to you. Okay, sorry for the little interruption there. I figured it out. When I was messing around with putting my battery charger on last time I was here, I had taken the wing nut from the ground and spun it loose in order to make changes. What it did, it loosened my ground on the rest of the system. So what I did, I just spun it back down, took things out, just got things back in place, and lo and behold. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. There it is. Lights are back on. Everything's working. And that's the other thing that's on. Not coming in great, but the weather's on. Okay. In other words, my Marine Band radio is working fine. Okay. All right. Well, that being said, I think we're up and running here. Okay, now we're back. Yeah, just pay no attention to the first part of this video. It's a mess. The deal is, I went up to Home Depot this morning. I got some the paints I'm going to need for the boat numbers project, which, by the way, I took back the paint that I had. As I said before, that was just too dark, and I went back and was able to easily trade in the stuff I bought up in New Hampshire down here. And that's the beauty of the Home Depot. They scan. Okay, you're all set. Handed me back my money, and I was able to go pick out what I needed, and we're up and running again. Also went by West Marine, about 20 more feet of this. Even though I'm probably not going to need anywhere near that, just for doing the V-berth lights. But I've got it, and I've been anticipating I may be doing some other electrical changes, but for right now, there's 20 feet of the same wire I used to fix up everything else with the new galley lights. You're going to think this is a mess. It is a mess. Oh, dear. Next thing I also did was to check on a card that I had in my wallet that I didn't know was there. It's a West Marine card. And on top of the fact that I've been given a West Marine gift certificate that's still in paper form, that's what they use, from Christmas time. So my son and daughter-in-law gave to me. And so I said, by the way, what is this card that I have in my wallet? They checked it. It's another $50. So I'm in great shape. I've got all kinds of money to spend at West Marine when we get around to it. And I think we're going to need it because what we're going to do, we're going to need some grip. What do they call it? Like all grip or something like that for that new foredeck up there. And I'm glad to know I've got all that money sitting there, but probably in excess of $85 now that I've got left on between the two cards. And yeah, I should be able to get enough all grip or whatever I'm going to be using for non-skid up on that foredeck with $85. So yeah, with that, I'm done for right now. I'm sorry for the big mess here, but we'll get back to you right after lunch, and we're gonna get started on this next project of the electrical, hitching up this panel right here, this button right here, to our V-berth lights, and that's gonna be fun. That's not gonna be overly complicated, I don't think, but I am looking forward to getting it done and just kind of getting the electrical part of this winter's project done, and we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so let me just show you what we're working with. That's the back of the electric panel right there that we're going to be working with. And it'll be the second switch up. And so the beauty is we're inside the cabinet. And all I've got to do is run a wire from that second switch up through the cabinet. Hang on, we're going to show you out here. And then come out right there, up underneath that shelf. We can come right across inside to the electric panel without even being seen almost, and then connect it up to this switch right here, and then we'll be good to go. So we're going to end up with two switches, one on the electric panel here, the other one will be down on the bottom. That'll be operating like that, but there's no point. My whole point of doing this is to have just one switch that's going to operate the V-berth, and then the second switch is going to operate the galley lights. So that's what we're working on. Okay, I just discovered something. This is really cool. I saw these wires coming out of here, and they're coming up through this channel right here. Okay, and so I said, okay, well, let's give it a shot. So here's my wire that I'm inserting. That's just to get it down to the switch box down below, and I just shove it down through there very carefully, kind of wiggling it down through, and let me show you right here, and there it is. I managed to get all the way down through here. That's my wire. All you got to do is go down back past the back of that shelf, and hang on, let me get this light on, and I'm home free because there's the switches. So anyway, we're good. That's going to work. Let me go ahead and run this wire the rest of the way, and then we'll show you what we got. Okay, so I've got all kinds of excess lines, so I've just hauled it all out to the front here. And when I pull this switch plate, I'm going to be able to just run everything right out here and lay it down and work on switch number 2 here and attach it. And only then will I bother to go ahead and take up the slack, because they got just all this excess line. But we'll get everything in place, get the switch wired, and then we'll run everything inside the cabinet here and kind of go from there. One more thing I just found out: this electrical box that we got going here, with the new switches on it. Where that wire comes out right there, all I've got to do is go straight across and up. The back of this case is open, up high, way up high. So I can just run it straight across and inside from the top. I don't even have to drill a hole in the end of the cabinet or the end of the case. And that way I'll get inside. You never even see that. As a matter of fact, it'll come out of that channel right there, go up and over, and once we're inside the case, we can wire it right to that switch right there. So yeah, all the pieces of this are coming together. Okay, I've been using my volt ohm meter here, figuring out what's going on. In the first place, it's really simple. The 12 volts is coming directly from the battery through this heavy line. Hang on, let me see if I can hold this with one hand. So this heavy line right here. This is the feed for the whole block. Okay. Then it comes over here, jumps through the fuses. Each one of these circuits has a fuse in it. Okay, for each one. Okay, it jumps. So it comes in. Each one of these is jumpered all the way down through. Okay, so your 12 volts is being fed down through each one of the blocks, and then it goes from whichever switch it's on. It jumps from there, which is the hot side, over to here, and when it jumps over to there, what happens is that it goes out to, that is the switch, and that goes on, and that sends the electricity out to the particular circuit that it's going to. So anyway, everything runs through the fuses, and so far all of them are working properly. So what I've got to do here is pull a line off from the second switch up right here, which is the cabin light, which they're calling cabin light. It's going to be the V-berth lights. Okay, pull a line off from this after the fuse block, and I've got to figure out just exactly how I can do that. I think all I've got to do is let me think this thing through, because I could completely incapacitate this and use the line, just leave this switch on, use the line, which would send electricity up to that switch right there, and let that be the one who runs it. I'm going to do a little research tonight and try to figure this out, but right now, that's where it's coming from. Just the whole idea that this is the main feed line. Here we go again, trying to do this with one hand. This is the main feed line. Goes over through the fuse block, gets jumped over to here, and then that goes out to whatever circuit it's on. So let me look into it tonight. I'm going to do a little research on how to run a second line off from the same one without completely incapacitating the original switch. I know they do it all the time in house circuits, because you got you'll have a switch at the bottom of the stairs and one at the top, and they're both running the same light. And one turns it off, the other one. Anyway, you get the idea. So I'm going to work on this, and we'll be back to this one tomorrow. I just want some time to be able to figure out exactly how that's going to work. In the meantime, I got some other stuff I'm going to do, and I'll get with you in just a minute after we figure it out. Well, I hope nobody shoots me down on this, but I just think I figured it out. Okay, you see this second one up here? Let me just see if I can hold this light and hold the camera at the same time. The second one up right here. That line right there is the line that goes there. I've got my finger under it right there. That line right there is a line that goes all the way up to those lights in the V-berth. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that is the line. That's it. Okay, so if I tie into that line here up above, okay, this switch will still work down here. Well, what I'm thinking is, with that off, if I go ahead and tie into that line and feed it separately with 12 volts from the other switch, I think I can work it just like that. And I'm going to do a little research on it tonight, but I'm almost positive on that. And that way, this bottom switch on the bottom panel stays intact. It can be used if necessary, but at the same time, if I go ahead and tie in above it to that line right there that goes out to those, with this separate switch right up here, I think we're going to be good to go. So we'll do a little study on that tonight, and then from there, I think tomorrow morning we'll be on to this, and looking forward to it. Okay, turning this around now. Okay, so what we got going is we're about to go do my mom's 92nd birthday tonight. We've already got. My wife is cooking a marvelous roast and all the fixings. It's going to be fantastic. And on top of that, we went out and got a really nice cake today, and that's all fixed up for her. And my brother and his family are going to be over at about 6 o'clock. Right now, what time is it? About 20 minutes to 5. Anyway, I think I'm going to go on in, and we'll get back to this in the morning. I ended up having to do a lot of extra projects today for my mom. Bless her heart. You know, I get down here and there's just things that need to get done. So those got done. I'm good to go with that. Tomorrow it looks like an absolutely glorious day. Nothing but sunshine, warmer temperatures. And I'll be able to get out here in the morning before anybody's up and may actually get started on this, I think. I just want to do a little more research on this tapping into that line. And I think that's going to work great. So, all right, we'll catch you guys in the morning. And thanks for stopping by Restoring Little Girl. Good evening from aboard Little Girl. Party went fantastic tonight. My mother's 92nd birthday. I had just a great time with the family, and it was nice to see her having a lot of fun. My brother's awesome at kind of keeping it light and humorous, and it was just like I said, a lot of fun. So anyway, okay, that behind us. I'm in here with my new galley lights blazing brightly, and nice to have lights that I'm not putting out the batteries. As a matter of fact, I just found another one of my little push-up lights that I had installed a long time ago, dead as a doornail this morning. Anyway, that's coming down. I'm eventually just going to get rid of all these as they run out of batteries. I'm just going to get rid of them, and we'll just have nothing but in-house lights through the battery, the big battery. Anyway, and got my charger on, and we're up to 12.6, 12.7. Yeah, 12.7. Yeah, that's really good. All right, tomorrow morning we'll be out here, and we'll pick everything up right where we left off. I have everything figured out almost completely on the wiring. And I'll be doing something probably a little unorthodox as far as wiring is concerned, but it'll work. So anyway, with that, guys, we'll see you tomorrow morning. And thanks for stopping by Restoring Little Girl. Hey, I'm just so glad to be down here. Glad to finally be getting some work done and get all this stuff finished up and get it ready for springtime when we go right back up on that foredeck and finish things up. I think I mentioned earlier that when I was at West Marine earlier today, I figured out. Oh, I guess I did. I did mention it. That I have quite a bit of money left. I'm going to be looking it up tonight on the internet, see how much it costs for some all grip or one of the similar products for non-skid up on my new foredeck. The beauty is I've got the money. It's already sitting there. In that one card, the $50 card that my brother gave me, the gift certificate that my son and daughter-in-law gave me, it's all sitting right there waiting to be, used for the non-skid, and that's going to work out great. All right, guys, see you in the morning, and like I said, thanks for stopping by. Well, listen, at this point in the video, it was the next morning I started filming again. And I was on board the boat, and I cooked breakfast, made some bacon and eggs, and enjoyed my new little Coleman cook stove. Anyway, that all worked out really well, except that, well, let's just put it this way. It was taking up way too much time on the video, and this video is not about cooking breakfast on the boat. It will be next time. I swear I'm going to put it in next time and do a whole thing on that, but this time I want to get right straight to finishing off the wiring on this boat for the V-berth lights, and so we're going to move on. I feel really weird because I spent all that time and effort. I put it in the video, did all the editing, got everything nice and neat, and I says, nah, never mind. So we cut it all out. So anyway, we're moving on. We're going to go ahead and do the rest of the wiring and get those V-berth lights running. One last comment. I really don't need to worry about ground because the circuit's already grounded. This whole unit is already grounded for the V-berth lights and all the other lights. For my my radio, it's my stern light, all that is already grounded through this circuit. So all I'm doing really is closing the switch between the hot that I'm feeding into the switch and the input side on the of the switch, so that the V-berth lights come on. That's all it is to it. It's really simple. All right, well, I've got this all soldered up. What I did, I went ahead and stripped the insulation on this input that goes to the V-berth lights, and just stripped it back. Took this one wire, and I'm not going to use the double wire. I don't need to. All I need is a single hot wire coming from my switch up there into this to go ahead, and I'm bypassing the switch. And now what we're going to do is just slide this onto here and hope that this match. We're not using that stupid lighter like we did last time. That thing was useless. We're going to go ahead and just hopefully. Okay, well, that went all to pieces. Let's try again. Well, I'll tell you what. This being a stubborn bugger. We'll get it here in a minute, guys. There we go. Let's see if we'll shrink this up a little bit. Okay. Try not to burn my fingers off. Do another match. We'll get this eventually. Get this all shrunk down. A little shrink tubing here. And there we go. Now we got another one. This tubing is a little bit too big for that amount of wire. I think this is only 12 gauge. But you know what? That'll work. That's all we need. Because once that plugs on there, it ain't going nowhere. It's got to be back behind the. It's going to be back behind this panel and completely hidden from sight. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Let's see if we get that plugged in. Yeah, pulling it right back onto my switch. Okay, so. Okay, that's working with the already existing switch. See that right there? And right now the V-berth lights are on. Okay, next thing we've got to do is take the wire that just came through. Where did I put it? Okay, well, it's up here. All right, I'll get back to you in a minute. Booger. Stop it. Problem is, this won't stay still. Hanging out here in midair. Okay, now we got it. Solder's flowing now. There we go. Good solder, good solder. All the way down. Oh, we're good. A little bit more right there. Good job. Okay. Good job. All right. Okay, so all I've got to do now is slide that shrink tubing up and hit it with a little match there, and we're going to be good to go. It's already cool. Okay, so what I've done is this is the end going into the switch, and I've put one of these on so that I'm going to be going right onto this. Hang on, let's see if I can do this. Right onto that paddle right there. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, all right, I'll show you in a minute when we get this ready to go. You need to shrink tube it right now. So. These are not the best matches in the world. Oh, there we go. This works. This time we got the right size shrink tubing for the right size of wire. Good to go. All right, that's done. So we're going to just go over here, put this onto here like that. And see, perfect. Yes. I love it. Okay, so let me turn this around. We've just bypassed, and we're seeing it there. We just bypassed the switch. The switch is now working off from our new panel. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, what we're going to do, just for fun, we're going to go down here and hit the switch down here. And lo and behold, both switches are working. Okay? Perfect. Well, guys, that is it. That is it for this the electrical panel for the upgrades for the winter. And really happy about it. We're good to go. We've got galley lights, port and starboard, and we've got on our panel here, not the one down below where you got to reach down and get it. On the panel here, you got V-berth lights. Perfect. Perfect. That's going to be a wrap on this video. There's going to be another one coming out a little bit later. In the meantime, I do want to just mention again, last time I was talking to you about reading Penelope Down East, which is, I was reading on Kindle. Well, I ordered the book that goes, this is the book instead of just on Kindle. And these are super cheap. In other words, you can get them for fairly inexpensive through Abe's Books. Anyway, it's a used book thing, but I got this. It's virtually new. Okay, and in there, which I've already finished reading the book. In there, the writer of the book, I think it's W.R. Cheney, mentioned another book that he really loves and he subscribes to. Let me grab this and show it to you. This is the book I just got, another one of them that I ordered online. And this one is called Sailing Small. Really good stuff for small boat owners and, doing some anchoring out and stuff like that. Just he says it's just a really great book. So anyway, I ordered it. I have not read this one yet, but just good stuff. I'm still in the process of doing the book. One hand for you, one hand for yourself, one hand for the ship. I think that's it. And I'm still in the process of reading that one. And then after that, I'm going to go to Sailing Small. Just thought I'd recommend this to you. And pick them up. Read them. It's good stuff. You'll enjoy it.